Leafs talk. JD Bunkis, Sam McKee. This is a little less fun to do than right after the Blue Jays beat the New York Yankees in the divisional series to go to the CS.
Yeah. Yeah, that one sucked.
There's no way around it, man.
The
No,
first period rocked. Stolarz was
first period
good.
was
Some
good.
nice goals. I was like, oh, this looks like the same old dumpy Red Wings. And then it was no good ever again.
No.
So yeah.
No,
good.
You and I literally had a text exchange like, what year is it going to be where the Red Wings finally show like a different team and some of your young guys pop and they can actually snap it around? When are they going to show some progress? Did you see Todd McClellan after game 1?
Yeah, he was apoplectic. He was like, yeah, he buried them.
Yeah, he was like, I talked to the guys who have been Red Wings all along, which makes it pretty easy to figure out who it is that he talked to.
Larkin.
Like, yeah. And Sider. He talked to his young leadership core and went, hey, how long are we really going to do this for? Are you really going to keep being this way? And I watched the first period and I went, they had some opportunities. I think Stolarz made a bunch of really good saves in the first, but it just felt like a very Leafs Red Wing game to me, which is Leafs run up the score. Red Wings look very lackluster.
Yeah.
Then there's a bunch of guys where you go, oh yeah, he's on this team. And then from that point forward, dude, that second period.
Yeah.
All right. It's game 2, right? And it's always harder to do.
Oh, we're fighting it. I know.
No, I'm not fighting it,
baby.
No, I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it. I'm just going with it. I'm just saying, I'm going to say what I want to say, which is
say it, baby.
I am. Okay. So I'm just giving a little preamble here, which is you come off of watching a team in the postseason, not just we're watching Blue Jays games, but also the last time you saw the Leafs, they were playing high intensity games. The beginning of the season always feels more important than it does in 2 months from now. Okay. But we've got a 2-game sample size. And I'm just going to say that second period was embarrassing. They got caved in. That was not like, oh, okay. That they're supposed to have some continuity on this team. I know that they're missing some guys. They've shuffled in a couple of new faces. And I do have a couple of positive notes from this game, but they look slow. They look disconnected. They looked undisciplined. They look sloppy. And the worst of all, I actually think they looked out of shape. It's game 2 of the season. Why are guys getting skated circles around them? Like it was one thing with the Habs where there were moments where Montreal was kind of snapping around and they're like the fast young team on the block, right? The Red Wings aren't known to be a super high flying group of hockey players, and they were skating circles around the Leafs. And it was shift after shift after shift where it just didn't feel like there was a stopper for this team. And I got to tell you, like, there's some pessimism about this Leafs team, and you and I are not subscribers to that. Like we ultimately think, and I was texting this the other day with a friend, how I think it's more likely that the Leafs finish first in the Atlantic than it is that they miss the playoffs this year. But that was the kind of game where if you're a hater, if you had your doubts about the Toronto Maple Leafs and what they can accomplish this season, you could not, that's the manuscript. Like that's the manifesto for Leaf haters tonight.
Oh yeah, that is a big time. People are dining out on the obvious conversation about players missing from last season and how they look or whatever. But I thought for the most part, it looked like a bunch of strangers from the second period on, where you look at a lot of the goals and it's guys pointing to where other guys are going to be, and it's guys covering guys that are already covered and lost. Like the goal that comes across and Stolarz is pointing to where it's going. Nick Waugh's going the wrong way. It just feels like they don't really have any continuity. And I think you could let them off the hook a little bit with some of the new guys coming into the roster. Like there are 3 new guys that are pretty prominently featured in the forward core, in Machelli and Nick Waugh, who I thought was good tonight, and Dakota Joshua. Like there are guys that are new, but there's enough guys who aren't new where you would like to see some of them kind of step to the forefront and not have these brutal defensive hem-in shifts that Matthews had a couple ones where it's just like his whole line is sucking wind in the second period. Felt like they were in their own defensive zone for a solid 2 minutes. It felt like Tavares's line had a couple of those, and that line's going to keep you, leave you wanting defensively with him and McMahon and Nylander. It's never going to be pretty, but yeah, like you'd like them to not look like strangers. And I felt like a lot of tonight, it was just stranger hockey where they just didn't really feel connected. And even like their goals just even were kind of like, I don't know, like they were, they weren't like exactly tic-tac-toe. They were just ones that kind of landed in the spot, a tip. and then a good screenshot by Domi, but they're not passing well.
No, so I hear what you're saying, and I totally understand. There's going to be people in the chat like, guys, it's a new team, give them time to coalesce, and blah blah blah. It's only a couple new guys.
3 new ones.
It's the 3 new guys, but also 2 of the new guys. What is the style of play supposed to be for them?
Are you talking about Wah and Joshua?
Yeah, it's depth guys who play north-south hockey. Where's like, okay, again, 2 games, but where's Dakota Joshua hitting somebody? Have you seen him lay a body on a human being yet? Where's the Leafs bite? Because like Tanev had a moment in this game where he almost lined up. I can't remember who it was, but he just about killed somebody in this game. And Tanev's not a big hitter, but like, where's the physicality? Where's the identity of the group, which is supposed to be, hey, dump and chase, get the puck in low. You've got a bunch of big guys that are supposed to be able to cycle the puck. I thought there was a few moments of chemistry from the Matthews, Machelli, Nyes line in the second period, especially early on, where you went, ooh, okay, I can kind of see a little bit of that. But this blue line has full continuity, and it looked bad. It was a lot of dumb OEL penalties and Morgan Riley losing puck battles and guys getting lost in transition and looking slow. It was a lot of Brandon Carlo looking like he's stuck in mud and space. Like, I don't understand how you can't have more connectivity in terms of a hockey team that has rolled over a large portion of the group from a year ago and put in a few players that are basically supposed to be, hey, our games are very simple. Like, it's one thing for me to say, hey, Machelli and Matthews and Nyes haven't coalesced right away, right? Like, but McMahon and them played together all season long. And Wah and Dakota Joshua are supposed to be easy players to play with. And again, Wah is not the public enemy number 1 tonight, even though he was on the ice for a couple of the bad goals and did have a turnover. But I don't buy the excuse of, hey, it shouldn't, to your point about the strangers, I don't think it should feel like a stranger group based on the personnel that they dropped in with the group that they already had.
That's fair. I think that's totally fair. I just, I look at a lot of that second period, and like you said, like they're like, oh, there's the long change again. And you're like, what? I mean, every team has the long change. Their defensemen don't get stuck in for 2 minutes and 15 seconds where you're just trying to bomb the puck out. And I mean, here's a dirty little secret, bud. It looked a lot like this a lot of games last year where they had to get bailed out by goaltending, and that they were playing this more, we talked about it a million times where it's the quantity versus quality, where maybe the shot counter may have a lot of them, maybe up near 35, 40 shots, but not a lot of it's quality. Tonight it was quality. And if Stolarz isn't on his game tonight, if it's Caden Primo in there tonight, who may start, on Tuesday after or Monday afternoon, if they're going to give him a start at some point here, like that game is 6-1 in the first period. Dude, like Stolarz made so many unbelievable saves in that first period. Well, maybe halfway through the second, at least we're better in the first, but halfway through the second, it was probably a 6-1 game. So their whole identity last year was they got outshot in a majority of their games. I think they had the most wins, in the league when they got outshot. And it looked a lot like the same, but you have less firepower this year to go down the other way and sort of counter off that. So it may take a little bit of time for them to kind of figure out this style of play. But like they're just getting
the middle of the ice, bro. Like it's
wide open.
Yeah, that's the part that's different from last year. Did the Leafs allow a lot of shots? For sure, but it wasn't like home plate. And how many times did the Red Wings get opportunities where like they had pucks that were filtered through the middle and guys either just whiffed on it or missed a chance, or one hit the post? There were like, even if you take out the Stolarz saves and just add up the Red Wings gaffes, this one could have been way worse. It's 6-3 because the empty netters. I thought that was actually like a good, normally you get the empty net goals and you do the opposite defense where you're like, hey man, they were right in it. Like a couple of those are empty netters. It's the opposite tonight where they lost 6-3, 2 empty net goals. And you're saying they actually deserve to lose by worse. And to your Primo point, I was thinking the exact same thing where it was like, dude, he probably came here thinking, oh, nice, I get to play behind that blue line. And maybe, they're a good structured defensive team and I'll be able to juice my stats up a little bit. He must've been watching this one from the bench tonight being like, please don't put me in a game like this. Please. I'm begging you.
Yeah. Valley always talks about like the good environments for goalies on our team, on our show and Real Kipper and Born. And like, the Leafs supposedly should have a good environment with that deco. That was a bad environment.
Bad
Environment change tonight.
Yeah.
Like, it was like,
Yeah, Greta
like
Thunberg would have been like, this is a bad environment.
Yeah. Who's it, Al Gore? He would not have liked that environment tonight.
That's the environment, the inconvenient truth. That's a bad environment.
God, it just was mind-blowing. Like just wide open in the slot multiple times. Like that kid, that Sandin Pellikka, the puck comes to him in the, like, right at the top of the circle, and he stares down Stolarz, goes for that great low blocker, perfect wrister, and Stolarz denies him. He had a couple other ones. The one on DeBrincat that was unbelievable. Like, that's the one thing I come out of this game being like, okay, at least Stolarz is still really good. Like, if the Leafs want to be really good this year, they need Stolarz to win the Vezina if they're going to play like this, because this is not a sustainable style of hockey. It's not. Well, it's not pretty.
Stolarz can play. I thought Stolarz was amazing tonight. And
amazing.
He still lost.
Yes.
So to the Red Wings.
Yes.
So yeah, you're just gonna need a better team effort than this. Like, you just can't give this up. And like, not to, again, I don't want to doomcast this, but we have no idea still what's going on with Joseph Woll, and we have no timeline for this hockey player. And Stolarz only played, what was it, 36 games last year? 34?
Yeah, career high.
Yeah, career high at 34. Yeah. You're going to put a workload on him like that? You better not be forcing him to make athletic save after athletic save, sprawling around. It's hard not to think about what would happen if that guy is not in net, and you're not, like, again, they were in that hockey game. They had an opportunity. They tie it 3-3 on the 4-on-4 after a really stupid penalty by Matthews. Like, they're on the power play, and he just throws a one-handed high stick. Yeah, it was a dumb play. Like, it was just like, and again, it wasn't that late in the power play, so it was just a low oxygen to the brain kind of play. And they end up scoring on the 4-on-4. They're back in the hockey game. You're going like, okay, 3-on-3. And then the dumb penalties end up happening. They take two in a row, where one, I know you think is a little bit of a dive, but I thought the Leafs went right back into like pond hockey mode right before it. Just crappy plays, sloppy plays, disconnectivity, and then the Domi hold.
I thought the Red Wings in general were kind of flopping all over the ice tonight. There's a few of them that I saw them were just kind of exploding off checks and falling down or whatever. I didn't love that part of their game, but I mean, that Matthews one is just, you're watching that again, and even Simmer was like, you can't take that penalty, right? Like, it's a 10 out of 10 stupid play where you're just, maybe you're a little bit tired. You've been playing a lot in the third period. I don't know what it was that he decided to do that, but cost him. And I mean, maybe a natural sort of conversation into talking about the power play, because that happened on the power play. But like, they get that penalty. I think there was 5 minutes left in the third period when the guy comes in on the forecheck and sort of kind of one hands on Benoit. Pretty soft call, in my opinion. I thought at that point of the game, that's a pretty tough one to call. And then they go to the power play, right? And you're thinking, okay, this is a big spot for the power play. And they had the zone, man. They had the zone. They were in the zone for the entire time. But did they have one threatening look?
Well, dude, I was going to say they had the zone because they just passed it around the top of the zone.
They're just passing it around. They're passing it around. Like, you watch these other teams that have a good power play, and I know, like, they don't have McDavid and they don't have Kucherov, but you look at the Oiler power play, you look at the Lightning power play, you look at these teams that have these power plays, and there's so much movement, and everybody's passing and everybody's moving. It's like, this one goes out to Willie on the sideboards, up to Riley. Dust off, over to Matthews for a low percentage one-timer. Try to get it into the middle of the ice to Tavares, off a skate, out. It's just, there's no creativity on it. And it's, I don't know if they're going to continue to do Riley. Feels like they're going to continue to bang their head against the wall with this because they don't feel like they have another option. But that, for me, is another concern coming at it tonight. It just looks not threatening at all.
Okay, so when it comes to the sloppiness of tonight, I am a little bit more forgiving of that because teams don't take preseason as seriously as they have in years past. It's shorter. Stars don't come out, and it's the NFL argument, right? You get rid of preseason games, and guess what? There's a lot of sloppy play to start the season. You're more likely to have a bad night against the Red Wings in week 2. Fine, throw it out, trash it, try to take away some things from the game. But ultimately, I'm not going to panic over one bad game. Outside of, like I said, I do feel a little critical, like especially critical of guys don't look in great shape to me. Like they just, dudes got tired pretty quick on this team when they were getting hemmed in and feet stopped moving. And I went, I don't understand that after the offseason. But the thing that actually scares me from this game is the power play, because you and I have talked about this ad nauseum. The power play, one, has not had enough good passers on it. It doesn't move the puck the same way. How many times when you watched the Red Wings power play tonight did you feel like you actually felt the odd man advantage? It just looks like 5-on-5 where good players are controlling the zone. Like there's never open shooting lanes. They're never getting clean looks at the net. It never feels like it. Certainly tonight, it never felt like their opponent was scrambling, right? Like you don't hear Cuthbert raising his voice like, oh, and not that much. Like there's no scramble plays. It's just dust it off, pass it around, and then low percentage opportunities. It's still way too much Tavares in the middle, touching the puck with his back to the net in the slot, and then trying to turn around and shovel one towards the net. Matthews is too far away. And if he's going to be that far away, I want to feel like he's going to be a threat. Who's setting up the one-timer for him? Where's the cross crease passing? I don't see this unit working out. I don't. I think that they're going to give it, like Savard's going to give it a runway, but at some point here, I think that they're going to be better off if they cycle in 2 passers, put in Domi, put in Machelli, take out Tavares, and then decide if you're going to go back to 5 forwards. But I just don't see a world where this personnel is going to have consistent runs where they're moving the puck around and scaring teams and making you really feel that lost man.
They need a passer out there.
Yeah.
And it's got to be either Machelli or Domi. One of them has to go on that. And like, I know they're going to give it some time, like you said, but Nyes isn't a passer. He's a block in front of the net. He's not a guy that passes it. Tavares doesn't pass. Matthews doesn't pass. Nylander will do it if he wants to, but I mean, if he has to, but he doesn't.
Nylander's the best playmaker on the power play unit, but and you want him to shoot.
He doesn't want to do it. He wants to shoot. Yeah. So they need to get a passer out there. That unit looks stagnant. It looks really, really stagnant. So I hope they don't wait around on that, because what I've seen from it, I don't like.
Neither do I.
At all.
My last bad thing from tonight.
Okay.
So the OEL on the left side experiment stops at game 2, and then he plays horribly.
Yeah. Because Benoit has to play on the right side. Because he's not good enough. Like I don't get
Benoit's playing on the left. Like,
sorry, the other way around.
Yeah, they move OEL off the left, and last year we like this guy more here. I just feel like he's the more important player in terms of being able to move the puck, and to move off of it one game in and then see OEL just take bad penalties and look like he's on his offhand trying to make plays and overall look frustrated. I thought that was a miss tonight. Like, it's not the reason that they lost, but I didn't really understand how Berube decided after one game that he was going to just switch up the look on that pairing after he had decided to do it. And I just, OEL was horrific tonight. Like, maybe in a team full of bad players tonight, OEL got to be the worst.
Is up there. Yeah. I mean, if you look at those two guys, if they're going to play together, like, what do you need from both of them? You need Benoit to butcher. You need him to chop pucks. You need him to deny entries. You need him to sort of get the puck out. If you're looking at what you want OEL to do, you're dying for offense from the back end on this team, and he's a guy that can snap it. So why are you not putting him in a better offensive situation to protect Benoit, who can't snap a breakout pass anyway? It's a really mind-numbing decision, and I totally agree. And yeah, OEL, tough night. So not pretty for 100% of it.
No, not good. And again, one of the guys to me that looked most out of shape and like he was stuck in mud, just hated his game, basically start to finish tonight. They lose Lorentz. He gets hit about 10 minutes into the first period, and it doesn't look that bad in the moment. Like, it looked like a good, clean hit, but he doesn't come back, upper body injury. Cowan was going to be coming in for Monday's game anyway. There's no way that they were going to bring him on the road and have him not play. Like, but bring him with the team and have him go 3 games without playing as the Marley season starts. So you figured he was going to get in. I think he was going to get in for Robertson, who again was just vintage Nick Robertson game. Where actually
there was a 2 plays in the first. Great back check on 1-2-on-1 where he came in and affected the play, and he had one on the near boards where he made like a physical play and kind of dug a puck out. And I was like, oh, And then the rest of it's just like him bumping into people and not having the puck on his stick ever.
Do you know what moral licensing is?
No idea.
Okay, so moral licensing is the idea that you do something good and then it allows you to do something bad.
Oh,
later.
he's the king of that. That's like
And
that should be his nickname.
That's
it's a tough one. ML.
Yeah, but Nick Robertson does that. I totally agree with you. He'll go and he'll have like a really good back check, and then 2 seconds later, he's flying the zone, and you're going like, you don't have the right.
No.
you don't. You're not William Nylander, man. Like you can't leave.
No.
You can't exit this way while your team is scrambling in their own end, and then come back and do the little like half circle, and then fly it again. Like I'm who everybody's rooting for Nick Robertson, man, because even if you're rooting like for him to not be on the team, you want him to play well for a trade, but it's like, God, I'm tired of it.
I'm so tired of it.
I know.
We talked about this for so long. Every year we talk about this, and it's like 1 year. I'm like, this is, you know what? Good camp again. Year 5. Gotta be the year he's gonna pop. It's like, nope. Same guy. Still the same guy. Same old Nick.
Okay.
Same old Nick.
I got some positives from tonight.
Me too.
Okay.
I got a handful.
Okay.
We want to start Matthew Shot.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Number
I said it at the end of last show.
Yeah.
I said it all preseason on every preview show. I said, here's what I want to see and have yet to see, and run the tape, Luke.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I care about, it's Matthews absolutely ripping a vintage Matthews shot. And it doesn't go in. I don't care.
But it did. I thought we were going to get the review there. I thought that was back barring out. He ripped that puck.
I didn't think so, just because I thought it was in when he released it and it went bar and then you heard the sound. But his reaction, I'm like, that's a goal scorer. He knows when the puck's in the net. He had the perfect view. He knows it didn't go in. He never once was like even a half hand raise. Like he just knew. But God, man, this is the most important thing from this hockey game. It's even more important than like the Leafs dogged it. They looked bad. Power play sucked, whatever. Leafs are going absolutely nowhere this year if Austin Matthews can't generate offense. Like you're watching this team and walk good. We'll probably get to that. Nylander's going to Nylander. I don't think Tavares is washed, but they need the guy who has scored 69 goals in the season and has the most even strength goals since he entered the league to score a lot of goals. And how does he do it? Well, that. And so to see that tonight was super, super, super encouraging for me.
I thought in general, he was threatening tonight.
Yep.
And I thought the first game was spooky for me, where somebody texted us on Friday on the show and said that he looked like a hologram out there, which is something I'd never heard before. It gave me a good laugh.
I like hologram.
I like hologram too. I'd never heard it, but I have officially stolen it from that nameless texter on Sportsnet 5 Night of the Fan. But like I thought, I didn't love all of his game tonight, quite frankly. Like I thought there was moments where he's a little bit asleep defensively and not moving his legs as much as I'd want him to.
Yep.
But at least when he was carrying the puck in the offensive zone, I'm like, okay, all right. Like we can see him be good again here. Like we can see him be a 50 goal scorer again here. Like tonight was one of those nights where he had I think it said 6 shots on net that he had there. And like he hit the post. I think they're going to start going into the net for him, which is good. But you're not going to play the Red Wings every night. So you're going to have some tougher competition, but tonight he definitely looked better. So it's progress. But he's making $13 million or 13 and a half, almost $500,000. We don't really want to be talking about progress. We want to be talking about pucks entering the net. And if they don't enter the net, at least probably don't make the playoffs. So no pressure.
But that's the way they've got to enter the net. Like he can
like that.
He can tip the odd one. He can hit the odd clapper.
Yeah.
What makes him not just a elite goal scorer, but the best goal scorer is having that shot. Yep. And it's been a while since we've seen it and we saw it. And secondarily, to build off of like the positives is Machelli. It's not perfect, man. Like,
no,
it's not. And there's a couple times too where he gets buried in his own end in this game, and you go, "Oh my God, dude!
Yeah,
you're tiny and you're not overly strong on your feet." But he makes some crafty ass plays in phone booths, and Leafs are going to score some goals this year where it's just like that, where there's going to be a puck on the boards and he's going to go get it, and all of a sudden it's going to be flipped into the middle ice. And he's done this now, I think, like 3 times as a Maple Leaf, where he's created a high danger opportunity out of what you thought was just like a complete nothing play. And like he's skilled. You can see it.
Yeah, I would say that in watching him throughout the preseason and the first 2 regular season games, one of his strengths is digging pucks off the boards and getting them into danger areas.
Yep.
Like he's done it 3 or 4 times already in the first 2 games, and he did it in the preseason. And I think he set up the first goal of the preseason doing it like that too. So I have some stock with this guy, but you're right. Like in the offensive zone, he's, dollar store Marner. And then like in the defensive zone, he's like bridge troll Marner, like under a bridge.
You can't compare it to Marner.
No, but there like tonight, there was something there. And I think this is a work in progress, man. Like these guys, they haven't had a ton of time together, and I want more from Nyes too. Like I think he's been pretty quiet through the first 2 games for a guy that just signed a long-term contract. But there were moments tonight where I was like, okay, all right, these guys kind of look like they could maybe play together, that they can maybe stick together. So yeah, some moments from Machelli where I was encouraged.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with that. Speaking of it, that the new guy, it was funny, Derek Waugh, the other one.
Derek Waugh,
yes.
Buffalo Sabres legend.
Dude, it's funny. I did that in my notes. Like I was writing out his name and I wrote Derek Waugh, and I was like, oh, don't do that on the show.
And then your old guy brain's like,
Derek Waugh. Old guy. That's a date yourself is how you know I'm old. Nick Waugh should have had 2 goals. But I especially like the second one. I just love seeing a big body battle on the forecheck. And again, this is what I'm saying I wanted to see more of tonight, and I thought was going to be more of the identity of this group. Like they've got Craig Berube as their head coach. They've got a GM that's obsessed with size. They go out and get some big players in the offseason. And again, Machelli's small. And I don't think that they want to stick with a Robertson, but they're kind of stuck with a Robertson.
Yep.
This is sort of the big boy Maple Leafs hockey that I want to see from the depth guys. Is like, these are the kind of goals that I expect from the bottom 6 to be scoring. Yeah. And it was
great shot by Riley here.
Yeah, really good play by Riley.
Like, perfect.
His only good play of the game, essentially. But yeah, Nick Waugh. I love the first period from him. I actually think that he got the Leafs going, that they were a little stuck in mud. They gave up some odd man rushes, and then he sort of settled them in and created some plays. So first impressions matter. And I think that he won over a lot of people today.
You look good. I don't love a guy ending up -1 when he has 2 points. He was on the ice for a couple, including missing a cross-ice pass where he kind of fell asleep. But I think he's good enough defensively that he's going to kind of figure that stuff out, but maybe a communication error. But I do think that by the end of the year, if I'm going to make a little bit of a prediction here, that his role is way elevated on this team.
For sure.
That in Vegas, there's so many good players there and a lot of good centers, and like he was what he was there. But out of necessity, with his size and his ability and the way that the coach likes players to play, I could see this guy playing a lot more than he has through the first 2 games. Like, what did he end up playing tonight? I don't think he played a ton. As I quickly pull it up here, he played 10:47 tonight.
Yeah.
10:47.
Yep.
Like that's pretty remarkable. I guess maybe because he was -1, he didn't think he should get back out there.
No, but
that's a stunning number.
It's also the way that the game played out. Like they go down 4-3 and they're hunting for offense, and it's offensive guys, and they had some power play time in the third. And I just I liked some, and then I did not. I don't think it was funny because like he really did have a game where you thought, oh, we're going to be really talking about him tonight in the first. And then the rest of the game, like you said, he finishes -1 and you go, I guess we'll mention it.
He was like the lead, and then it was like, we'll talk about it for 5 minutes.
We'll mention him. Like he's all right. By the way, just a fun one. Do you think that Yardcroc had to tip that in?
He didn't, but I think he had. Like it's one of those ones where you're sitting there and like there's a chance it doesn't go in. You have to jam that baby home. But Nick Waugh's like, really, bud? Like it's my first goal as a Leaf. I can't let that one trickle for me.
Yeah.
But I had to jam it home. I would have jammed that one home. 100%.
My thought was that's how Calle Yarncroc hits the net.
Hey, bud, he's on pace for 82, bud. Relax.
He's gonna have another one of those years, like year 1.
Yeah, no,
he scores 20 and you go like, holy crap,
how'd that happen?
Yeah,
I thought Callie's been pretty good. Callie's been pretty good through 2 games. I like his game.
He's healthier. You can tell. Like he's coming. He's coming into the camp this year healthy.
And a team that we kind of thought, we were like, oh, they're gonna trade everybody, and you're kind of like, oh, well, he's an NHLer, and this feels like this team may need some NHLers. So he is one of those guys.
Oh, last one for me in the rapid fire.
Oh, I got a rapid fire for you too when you're done.
Tough one for Newsy.
Newsy Lalonde.
Our colleague, Newsy Lalonde.
I know.
Our boy goes and plays Detroit.
Yeah.
And the PK.
Yeah, I didn't even think that he's the penalty kill guy. What did they go tonight on the power play?
Yeah. They scored 2 goals on the power play.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, including the game winner, the 4th
No,
goal.
just one. One
just
for 4.
one?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. 1 for 4. But the game winner comes on the Red Wings PP, and you go, tough break for Newsy.
Yeah, Newsy doesn't love that.
No, Newsy hates that, bro.
Yeah.
That's so rude to Newsy.
Yeah, he's not a fan of that one. So it's funny that we're showing this right here because it comes off of my conversation that I want my quick, well, maybe not that quick of a rapid fire. So Patrick Kane, unbelievable in this game tonight.
Oh my God.
I thought breathtakingly good, like vintage Patrick Kane. And the play he makes, and it's like, I mean, he has a couple passes tonight that are so sick and he sets up, but there's one where he walks into the middle and he does like that toe drag and he like walks around a couple guys and then goes backhand, just misses the net. And it got me thinking, like, who have the best hand, like who's the Mount Rushmore of best hands? He is 100% on it, right?
Datsuk is for sure on the Mount Rushmore of best hands.
It's for my best hands, Mount Rushmore. I was thinking about this during the show. Okay, McGillney's good. I thought it was Kane.
It's a lot of Russians.
It's Kane, Kovalev, Datsuk, Robbie Schrempf. Robbie
Schrempf is an elite pull for hands.
Robbie Schrempf's my 4 on my Mount Rushmore. So I just thought he was breathtaking.
Here's the thing, though. As great as Robbie Schrempf's hands are, you can't be on my Mount Rushmore when you weren't good.
Dude, the guy was the first guy to ever pick up the puck. He crossed it, sickest hands.
Yeah, great. I'm just saying, like, you think if you went up to Sidney Crosby and you were like, Robbie Schrempf has better hands than you, he'd be like, for sure. Like,
he does.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I can't get there. The first guys that come to mind, though, for me are definitely McGillney, Kane. Kovalev.
Kovalev number 1, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe on the left side of the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Kovalev is one of those dudes where, like, if we would have had an Instagram back when he played, it would have been Kovalev stuff in your reels nonstop. Like, imagine Kovalev cared about hockey even a little bit. Like, he was so good. So it's Russians and Kane. Kane's the best hands non-Russian.
Who's the best Canadian with hands? Trying to think. Rick Nash had sick hands.
Yeah, but
Rick Nash had
that's
sick
not
hands.
the same category. That's not the same. Yeah, great hands, but still, like, that's not.
Somebody said Duffney's Tickler. Is that the name? Schrempy walks so Patty Kane could run. Yeah, that's correct. That's right.
Yeah,
Robbie Schremp's hands were unbelievable.
Yeah, I kind of think that, like, now you're just thinking about, like, some of the young players that are coming up.
Yeah,
like we could have like Gavin McKenna's hands and Bedard's hands.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Celebrini.
Like some of the young guys, that's more of their games. But Team Canada wasn't like, if you had hands like that, you weren't going to play on Team Canada.
You're just going to run somebody through the end boards. That was our game.
Like, if you did that, some coach would have been like, he's Hollywood, you're off the team. Like, you're cut. This isn't what we're looking for. I watched a little clip from Chicklets today. They had Bill Guerin talking about Team USA, and he just mentioned, he's like, we're trying to build a team. Guys have to be willing to play roles. Like, that's Canada hockey. What role do you play? And we've never had the role of, like, sick hands dancer guy. It's just not. No. I'm curious what people would say, because I'm really thinking, like, I'm thinking all young guys when I think about the best hands.
I'm really struggling to think of a guy with, like, a Canadian, like, legend that you think about with, like, sick hands. I'm really struggling.
Yeah,
I mean, McDavid's hands are pretty sick.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, fitting a
hands
guy
team. Like a guy that's known for his hands. Like McDavid's good at everything.
Yeah, McDavid's exactly. That's exactly right. Where it's like, you're not watching McDavid highlights that are like, oh my God, his hands again. Like, they're there. No. They're obviously nasty.
Yeah.
But it's like his blow away speed and his competitiveness.
Yeah.
Like, that's what defines him. I'm saying all those other guys, the first thing that you define them for is hands.
Here's a deep cut for you. This is my last one I'll say. Yeah. Guy who played a long time in the NHL. Played for the Penguins for a long time. Eric Christensen. Look up his shootout highlights.
Yeah.
Sick hands. Nasty hands. Sick hands. And he was Canadian.
That's a good way to do it, though, is to think about shootout specialists.
Yeah, he was unbelievable in the shootout. Eric Christensen.
Yeah.
Lemieux had great hands. Yeah, Lemieux had pretty good hands.
Yeah, honestly, no, Lemieux.
Yeah, Lemieux, yeah.
Like,
you think of his goals, like he really has some unbelievable ones.
No, and especially
the feet of
but especially when you contextualize it with the times, like Lemieux's all-time hands team. He's our guy. 100% our representative is Lemieux.
Thanks, Biff and Hap.
Biff and Hap is right. Yeah, honestly, that's embarrassing for us that we didn't go Lemieux.
Sorry, we didn't prep this. I just thought of it during the game like a Dumbo when I was.
I know, but still, that pumped. I know, but still, that's one of those ones where it's like Gen Z doesn't care at all about anything that happened before them. And it's crazy. Like, you talk to Gen Zers and they have no idea who anybody is that came before them, and they just do not care. It drives me nuts. It happens all the time at work with the U's, and they're like, yeah, it was before my time. I'm like, yeah, for sure. But like, I know who Bill Russell is. Like, I know who Bobby Orr, like, it's like you go through, the greats. For me to miss Lemieux makes me feel like a zoomer, where I was like, who's that? That's tough.
I got two more that came to mind. Briere, somebody just said in the chat, Briere had sick hands.
Sick hands, but
and so did Sam Gagner. Sam Gagner has unbelievable hands.
I love it, though. That's such like, the French guys, like,
well, yeah, it's true. Nobody in the dub has ever made a stick handle. Flat sticks.
The caveman league. Yeah, no, McKenna shattered their image with that.
It's true.
Anyway, all right, let's run. This is a long one. Again, thanks to everybody that's watching. Subscribe, review, do all those things. Follow us on
See you at the Dome tomorrow, brother.
Yeah.
See you at the Dome tomorrow.
Yeah, at JD Bunkis, at Sam McKee. We're going down to the ballpark. Busted the bank. Send us money.
Yeah. We're gonna be like those TikTok guys on live. Be like, send me money.
Yeah, we're gonna what's a PayPal? PayPal, Venmo. Please go to my wish list, like at OnlyFans, and donate. Tickets is on my wish list.
My wish list is money.
Yeah, and tickets, money for tickets. But yeah, we're going down to the park. I can't wait. But there will be Leafs talk for sure. We won't be late on Mondays.
No,
we're going to bang that sucker out, and then we're not going to go to the ballpark. We're just going to watch that one from a bar. So, because all of our money is going to Game 1. The boys have nice seats. Subscribe, review, Twitter and Instagram at JD Bunkis, at Sam McKee. Reach out anytime. We will see you Monday at what? Game's at 2 now?
Yeah, they moved it for the
okay. So see you around like 4:35. Thanks for watching.